I cannot get away from the landscaping leaf blower sounds. Hello friends, welcome back to a new bookish casual vlog. We're spending some weekend days of my life because it's been a busy couple weeks, and I feel like my last vlog started off with my life has been chaotic. I need to practice self-care and slow down and chill. My state of being right now is not as high as a tier as that video was in terms of how much self-care I need. We're up there. It's just been a very busy couple weeks with work, and I've made it over a major hump. At least I feel like it's a major hump where I can kind of relax a little bit. So I just got off work and I had 2 books to pick up at my local bookstore that I ordered on Indie Bookstore Day. So this is like 3 weeks ago, and it took like a couple weeks for them to come in, and then I just wasn't able to come down to pick them up just because of, again, life has been lifing. So I finally picked them up. I did mention the 2 books in my birthday vlog, but we got Emily Henry's new book, Great Big Beautiful Life, and the second book of the Legend Born Cycle, Bloodmark by Tracy Dion. I am very excited to be holding this in my hands. Holy moly, how long is this? Over 500 pages. It feels thicker than the first book in the series, but I don't know. I loved the first book and I'm excited to continue the series, and I love Emily Henry, so it's become a little ritual for me to read her book in May or June because that's when her publishing month is. So I always associate Emily Henry with like a summer, you know, a casual summer book romance read when I need that in my life. So I don't know when I'll start reading this. Let me know if you've read it already or if it's on your TBR to read soon. I've heard mixed reviews about it, that it's kind of deviating away from, I don't know, Henry's kind of classic romance books, and it's more towards like a novel. I don't know, like, we'll see. We'll read this, we will do a reading vlog or some sort of vlog, and I will talk about it, but not in this video. With that said, I just wanted to say hello, get this video started, and I'm gonna head home, and I think I'm just getting pizza at the grocery store for George and I to have for dinner, because he works till 7, and that's kind of like our Friday evening routine for us. Is either I'll get takeout after work, or I'll go to the grocery store and get like something easy like frozen pizza to make in the oven. And today's a frozen pizza day, I'm thinking, and I think I need to get a few other bits and bobs at the store for the weekend, like coffee creamer and stuff. But it's also a long 3-day weekend. I have Monday off for Memorial Day, so I'm looking forward to that as well after these couple weeks of chaos. So let's get this party started.
Helped Emmeline put ketchup on her hot dog, which looked like it had been charred in the flames, as well as dropped on the ground a few times.
Hello friends, George and I are off on a little mini adventure for the day, a little day trip if you will, which I've been needing. I just need a change of scenery. I need to get out of town. So we are crossing state borders and going to New Jersey, friends, and I'm actually kind of excited. We usually do our day trips like in Pennsylvania and never cross state lines, so this will be fun. So George had found a card shop that he wants to go to, and that's how we kind of planned this trip. So it's always like we want to go to one place, so George says I want to go here, and then I kind of do a little bit of research to see what else is in the area, and there's quite a bunch in the area. There's a bookstore we're gonna go to, some record stores, and then a mall. We love the mall that has a Barnes and Noble, but we're also gonna go to a bookstore called Inkwood bookstore and check them out. So let us go. He's getting us coffee right now. He's on his way back. So we'll see you in Jersey. This place is so huge for like a card game store, but there's so many board games. Like I'm in the board game section. This is all board games. And then a whole wall of plushies. There's George. records, and let me just do a quick show and tell of what we picked up. So we went to the 2 record stores, and George was on a mission to just find records to add to our record collection. So we got Turnstile Glow On. They have a new album coming out like next month, which I'm excited about. And then Stereolab, which is George's, one of his favorite bands. I don't know what this album is called, but that's what it looks like. We got The Queen Is Dead by the Smiths. This was my choice because they had quite a few different Smiths vinyls, and I went with this one because one of my favorite songs, actually my favorite song, is There a Light That Never Goes Out. And I like a lot of other songs on here as well. And then we got Deftones Around the Fur. We have another Deftones album, and this one's kind of a staple for our vinyl collection. And then The Byrds, this was $3, discount section, but it has Turn, 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 and some other songs, but really good deal for $3. And bookstore haul. So I ended up getting one book. I restrained myself, guys, because I looked at my budget and I've been spending a lot. I've already spent a lot of money on books this year, but I got this book of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chen. It's a YA fantasy, and I think it's on my TBR already, but when I read the blurb, it mentioned steampunk sea drama of my dreams, and I was just like, that sounds good. So we got it to support Inkwood Books. That place was so cute. I loved it. There were so many cute places to sit. There was a book nook. I also ended up getting something else. Can you tell what it is? They had these really cute tarot card mugs, so obviously I had to get the reader with the cute skull, and then it says, the next chapter will be a great one. You will have novel experiences and many stories to tell. Above all, you will remain true to your shelf. That's so cute. You know, I haven't bought a mug in a while, and I like to get them when I go out to when I go out of town and travel so I have a memory sake. So that was my little memory of Inkwood Books. They also had a lot of cute wine glasses and regular drink glasses that had their name on them, but I wanted that one, so we got that one. So yeah, that's my little bookstore haul, record store haul, and George bought a lot of other stuff, but that's his business. Editing Sheila here. I kind of just completely ghosted you guys when I filmed those last clips. I was just exhausted and didn't finish the vlog and thought I had more footage than I actually did, but wanted to give you guys a proper send off, and I just wanted to conclude this video by touching on a question that I got in my comments recently from Meg Reads, I believe. Hi Meg. So Meg asked how I budget for books, or just how much I budget for books, etc, etc, and that's something that I may have touched upon in the past, or at least in goal videos or something. I know I don't have a dedicated video to that, but I do have a budgeting app, and at the end of the year I always kind of reflect back on my finances and look at the different categories, because I use You Need a Budget, YNAB, and it's a paid budgeting app, but I feel like it's worth my investment. You can also invest in paid spreadsheets or make your own spreadsheet. Not my forte, so I am using this app to help me with my finances, and I have a books/education category. So in the app you can reflect and run reports and kind of look at your year or your month or your week or whatever, and just kind of see how you're spending your money. So far this year I've spent $464 and some change on books, or at least it's fallen into my books education category, and I feel like that's a lot, because in the recent years I think my annual budget for books has been around $500, $500 to $600 probably. So I'm definitely spending more this year. So when I'm in my budgeting app, I try to check my budget once a month or more frequently if I know if I'm spending a lot. I don't have a specific numerical number in terms of how much I put towards books each month. I just kind of I put money into my necessary, like, you know, groceries, gas, electric, you know, that kind of stuff, and then kind of see how much I have left over. I also put money in savings, or like try to put money in savings. So my money is like going in different places. So then any money that's left over goes towards my wants, which would include books as well as clothing, takeout, the things I don't need, but the nice to have. There are more like seasons or like months during the year where I spend more money on books, like spring, or definitely in autumn, and like Halloween and Christmas, because there's just a lot of, you know, it's a cozy, both are super cozy reading seasons. Also, I have a YouTube channel, so I don't really like technically do any tax write-off stuff, like, since I have a YouTube channel, but getting books is part of like making content. So like mindset wise, I know some of my money is going towards, you know, things that I'm using to create videos. So in 2025 so far, on average, I spent about $93 a month on books, which I feel like is a lot for at least how much money I make a month, and just like where I want my money to be going, because my goals right now are, you know, pay off student loans, save money, and save for a house. Those are, you know, the big things. So the more money I'm putting towards, you know, my wants, books and clothing and takeout and home and the things I don't need, the less money I am putting towards my savings. So it's me trying to factor all of those priorities. So I'm going to take a break this month from buying books, and then we'll see how I am in July, because there are a few new releases coming out in the next month or so for summer that I would like to purchase, like the hard copy of, to have for my collection by like favorite authors or like anticipated reads. So we'll have to factor that in. I still have a book of the month credit, so I can put that towards something. I do have a book of the month like coupon code thing down in my description. If you've never used them or are interested in trying them, I think you can get your first book for $5. I feel like I haven't promoted this in like so many years, but it is down there, and it is one way to save on like new release hardcovers. I would only say, like, if you are somebody that enjoys buying new releases and you do budget for that and like to buy, you know, hardcovers, new releases when they come out, it's worth it, because it's $18 versus like $30 for a hardcover, or like $20 for a YA. And then you can get add-ons as well. So you can I think you can have up to 3 add-ons. So you have to like use your credit and get like the main book, and then you can have up to 3 add-ons for $11 each. So you could get 3 additional hardcovers for $11, and it are books that book of the month has. So obviously they have to have books that you like and your taste, and I really enjoy book of the month selections. There's a lot of books on there that are definitely my cup of tea, and I've read and I've loved. That's one way I like try and strategize how I budget for books and save money. We also have a Barnes & Noble membership. George and I split that, and that does help because we get a lot of, you just get like a regular discount, we get points, and then they have like double stamps or triple stamps weekends where you can, you know, get 3 times, you get extra rewards that go towards like $5 off, $10 off, $20 off. So that really helps when I want to like save up for like fall shopping or something, and I go out and I know I'm going to be buying multiple books, and then I have a $10 reward coupon. That helps a lot. I get gift cards sometimes for Christmas. That helps. The one indie bookstore that I support, they have like also a rewards program. I feel like a lot of independent bookstores have rewards programs or developing them. Inkwood did, where I just gave them my phone number. So every, you know, X amount you spend, you know, get reward points. So I've gotten them through my one local bookstore and have used them. So there are different ways. There's used bookstores, there's book swaps, thrift stores, supporting your local library. That's definitely something that I want to do more. It's just hard for me being me and getting out of the house and like going to the library and like prioritizing and like making sure I'm reading a book when I'm a mood reader and like returning it in time. But yeah, Libby, we gotta support Libby. We can also support our bookstores through Libby, through ebooks and audiobooks. So yeah, I hope this answers the question. Let me know if you have any more specific questions around books and budgeting and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, comments, tips for book budgeting or just your own situation, feel free to chime in. Let me know what you're currently reading, what's on your TBR, a book that you've recently read, just something about a book or multiple books. But thank you friends for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I did so many bookish things. I am still thinking about our trip to New Jersey. It was so fun. I loved that bookstore. It was so cute, and the town and the street and all of that fun stuff. So we'll definitely be going back soon because we actually live pretty close to that neck of the woods. So that'll be really fun. All right friends, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.